If you're gonna carry, just like anything else, you should practice with it. And you see this a lot in gun courses or knife courses that are focused on a gun or a knife, is the practitioner becomes weapon centric. Understand that you still have all your other tools available to you, okay? And so let's say you think, all right, well, I'm going to go to my blade, and something gets hung up, you're fumbling around, whatever. You need to go back to fighting, okay? Because if I start taking all my attention in both of my hands to whether it's a blade or a firearm or whatever, that's time going by, and I'm drawing attention to whatever it is that I'm trying to get to. So just because you have a weapon on you doesn't mean that you should be going to it. And so when you start training this, drilling this, whatever, and I'm not talking about just from a context standpoint. Obviously, from a context standpoint, the vast majority of confrontations you're going to get into should not end in deadly force. Okay, I know police officers that I've known for a long time, 10, 15 years on the force, that have never even drawn their gun, but they go hands on with somebody about daily. Okay, so the vast majority of situations are not going to call for me going to a knife or going to a gun. That said, keep in mind you still have everything else available to you. I don't want to fixate on that thing. If I'm struggling to get to it, or it's taking too long, then you need to go back to fighting, because you're in a fight. That's why you're going to that thing. And so you need to improve your position, get a better angle, get more control of the other person, something, as opposed to just, if you, because of what we do, I've had the opportunity to see lots and lots and lots of dash cam videos, and the number of officers that I've seen take beatings because they fixate on trying to get to their gun and get their gun out and get their gun into the fight is astounding. No hands, nothing, just trying to get to the gun, and they're taking shots the whole time. So we don't want to become that person. So in training, if you're running scenarios, you're running situations, they shouldn't always end in deadly force. You should, if you're an instructor, you should be setting up scenarios to where your student is having to make a decision on whether it makes sense to go to deadly force or not. If you're always giving them deadly force encounters, then that's what they're going to go to. Also, if they're always going to deadly force in something that doesn't call for it, you need to make those corrections. And it's really easy to do once you say, all right, put this gun on you, put this knife on you, whatever. Well, I got this thing, I should use it. Train to make decisions, and that's the hardest part of all of this. Stabbing somebody is from a physical standpoint, is not hard. It's really easy. Again, you give a knife to anybody and they instantly become deadly if they have the intent. It's the, should I get my knife now? Should I go to my gun now? Should I draw now? That's the hard part. And then once you go, for me at least, there may be, I can think of a couple situations with gun where this is a little bit different. But if I'm going to my knife, I'm going to my knife to stab you, because we're not going to be from here to here, and I'm probably not drawing my blade. Okay. We're probably already in a fight. We're probably already hands on. Could, if there were multiples, maybe I could draw, but I don't like to give away what my options are. And so at this range, if I draw a knife, he draws a gun, well, shit. It'd be one thing if I drew a knife and just charged at him with the knife. and he's got to draw. But if I draw a knife from here, and I don't have the intent of just charging him, and he pulls a gun, I'm probably going to lose that one. If I draw a knife from here with the intent of charging at him, who's the bad guy now? So make sure that whatever you're doing in your training, I mean, I want to say train, but make sure the training makes sense for you and your world, okay? How you live, how you dress regularly, right? I wear a suit 3 times a year, maybe. And that's all in 1 week at SHOT Show in Vegas. That's it. Unless I have to go to a funeral or something, I don't wear. So that may mean that once or twice or at most 3 times a year, I'm putting my knife in a different place. So I'm not spending a lot of time training that place. It just doesn't make sense. I got a whole lot of other things to train. Because the odds of me having to go to a knife are super slim. Which is why having a delivery system that's not much different than the way you normally fight is important. So you don't have to retrain a whole bunch of other stuff.